welcome back to my channel and another video here. This is kind of a new territory for me. I've never done this type of video before, and that's just like a what I wore in the month video. I've never felt compelled to make one, I guess. I just feel like I don't know what to say in them, and it's like, imagine Hillary not having a word salad to throw at you. But I don't know, I just never felt compelled. I never felt like I could make it, interesting or intriguing. But in this one instance, I decided to make an exception, and I will explain why in a minute. But please let me know if this totally sucks. Like, say that, like, be like, Hillary, this sucks, don't do it again. I won't be offended. I just won't make it again. But that's why I'm kind of throwing this out as like a little bit of a bonus content. So the reason I'm making this video is I watched Janique's What I Wore in the Month of August last month, and she told everybody, which this is true, but she told everybody that I said I was only going to wear blues in the month of September, and so she decided to do something similar in August. Now, I said that. I wasn't going to follow through with it, but then Janique said it on her channel, and I was like, well, now I gotta do it. And the reason why I wanted to even play with the idea of only wearing blues in September is because my birthday is in September and the birthstone for September is sapphire. Now, I know there are sapphires that aren't blue, but that's the only sapphire I care about is the blue one. And so this YouTuber I used to watch called Bonita Juanita, she used to do this for September because her birthday is also in September. And I just kind of wanted to do it. Now, Janique said in her video that by the end of the month of August, because she had chosen purple, she kind of was sick of looking at purple polish. After hearing her say that, I was like, oh, I'm probably going to feel the same way. I was a little bit worried, but truth be told, I had the full opposite, feelings on it. And I don't know why that is, because you'd think you'd get sick of it, right? But I ended up making a rack for the first time ever. I don't usually make monthly or seasonal racks. I just wear what I feel like in the moment. But it was kind of nice to pull a bunch of polishes and condense them and be like, this is what you have to choose from for this month. It made it a little bit less stressful in a way. So I'm going to go through and talk to you about what I wore this month, and then just talk a little bit more at the end because that's what I do. And be warned, a couple of these might be a little bit stretched. Some of these, I got them on my nails and I was like, is that blue or is it purple? So you guys can yell at me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure they're mostly kind of blue. All right, so the first polish I wore was Wildflower Lacquer's Stolen Flame. Now, I wore this specifically for my birthday, and I think when I bought this from Polish Pickup, this was in April. Wow. I think all the way back in April, I was like, that's the polish I want to wear on my birthday. So I did do that. And this is just a deep blue, flaky bomb. It's thick, but easy to apply and manipulate. And I didn't even really need a glittery grabber top coat for this. It's just perfection. It looks really cool matte, but I wore it glossy. Oh, and Nails by Nemi over on Instagram, she also wore this on her birthday in September, so I feel like great minds, I was also like, hey, I should probably make use of my gross goblin feet and kind of double time the blues. And so I wore Coloris de Carol's In Every Ocean on my toes. Now, feet pics are not free on my channel, so I'm just going to show you a hand swatch, and this color is so pretty. This is from the more recent Polish Pickup back in August. It is a tealy blue with these really, really bright red contrasting flakies. Just a really cool combination, and I love this. I do want to say, though, that some of the red flakes, when you have a flaky, they can kind of stick to your nail. And once you scrub them off, these left a little bit of an orangey stain in some places on my toenails. Not a big deal if you are constantly wearing polish, but I know some people like to know if something stains. So this one did stain just a tad. So I put both of those on September 1st, I think. And then on September 5th, we were in Las Vegas on vacation, and I decided to swap my nail polish on my hands for Girly Bits Hell or High Water. And this was a Polish and Beauty Expo VIP bag exclusive, I do believe. I decided to throw this one on because it was really, really sunny out when we were there. It was quite literally 115 degrees when we landed because they were experiencing a heat wave, and yet somehow that temperature in that dry Las Vegas heat was better than 90 degrees in the Michigan humidity. So I don't know. Everyone's always like, oh, it's a dry heat. It's a dry heat. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. It means everything. It's dry heat, so much better than Michigan swampy, wet air, okay? But yeah, like I've said before, like I'm not a big hollow person, but this honestly really reinvigorated me into just hollows because I couldn't stop staring at my nails. They kept catching the sunlight and it was just really pretty. And this is not even a tone of blue that I particularly care for. I don't like lighter or icier type of blues like this, but it was beautiful. It made me understand why people like to go outside, you know? On September 9th, I was like, well, I better change my polish again. I think I changed my polish 3 times while we were in Vegas. And I chose Sassy Sauce The Magnificent Mile. And this was a Polish and Beauty Expo polish, but I think they might have this in the overpores section still on their website. It's a thermal, and I really wanted to wear it before it got away from me and then the thermal died because I have such a big collection that I don't find myself wearing the same polish over and over and over again within the same year. And because of that, you know, thermals do have a shelf life, and I get to wear them like once before the thermal dies, and that's why I don't buy thermals typically. But this was like in the swag bag, I think, or maybe I got it. No, I think it was in the swag bag. So this is one where I do think that I was pushing it a little bit because on camera, that shimmer is reading like stark purple, but when I'm looking at it outside of the light, the base looks more blue and the flakies in it are blue. So I don't know, like maybe I was playing with it a little bit here, but just at certain angles it's blue, certain angles it's purple. So I wore this, and the transition is, I don't know, like it's kind of like a denim-y blue and then it goes into like a lighter blue, but that shimmer really still is like popping when it transitions. So for me, I had a hard time seeing the transition be very stark, but then again, I was in Las Vegas in a heat wave and it was really hard to get anything cool. So I don't know if maybe I just need to try it again in different weather. But for me, I prefer thermals that are really stark or like even completely different color families, like green and red, like swaps. But, you know, I still like the color. Just as a thermal, it wasn't blowing me away. Okay, when we got back from vacation, I told Pi from Lacquer Diary 3.14 that I was going to do my twin mani with her, and I was like, well, I got to have a blue base for it because I want to wear this for a while. And so I ended up picking from my rack here. This is Rockin' It from LA Colors. It's like their faux gel finish. And I just thought this would look the best as a base under the stickers that I wore. And it's just a cute little fun blue. And like these are good. They're really cheap. I don't think that they last very long without starting to chip around the edges, at least not on me. I don't wear polish for that long at any given time. I literally wear a polish for 2 to 3 days and then I swap them out. But if I leave it on for a little bit longer, I do start to notice these are cheap, and they do kind of reflect that in how quickly they chip. And then on my toes, I ended up swapping out that previous color for Jen and Barry's Pier Pressure. And this is one that I bought at Polish and Beauty Expo. Sorry, guys. A lot of these, actually, I picked a lot of PBE ones because I really wanted to wear a bunch of those. It's a hollow teal, and it's got these little black flakes in there. And I really love a like bright, like kind of popping, fun toe color. I don't like a very dull or plain one. So I was like, oh, that'll be perfect on the toes. And I don't think I have a picture of this. I'm sorry. And I don't photograph my feet. So, okay. Then on September 20th, I did a little bit of nail art with 3 hollow tacos. I was swatching the polishes from the new dark rainbow series that she did, or collection, not series. And I just decided I wanted to do the same gradient that everybody else was doing, because everybody was doing rainbow gradients with all 3 of the collections. And I was like, I want to do that too. But then I was like, Hillary, you're only wearing blues. You can't do that. And then I was like, well, I'll just do an all blue gradient. And that's what I did. So I made a gradient with Sunken Secrets, which is the new one, and Blue Freezy, which is the original Hollow collection, and Sparkling Water, which came out in the Hollow Pastels, and they gradiented really easily together. I did it on one hand, and I didn't do it on the other hand, so I only wore Sunken Secrets on my shorter hand, because these nails are a little bit shorter, because I'm trying to fix these 2 that broke. But yeah, I did a little blue gradient. I did a couple, nail arts this month, which that's the goal, right? I'm trying to do more nail art this year, which it's going okay. On the 22nd, I decided to wear the Vanessa Molina, and this one is Silenzio Bruno. And I have a couple things that I noticed about this, because I only wore this in the swatch. I didn't wear it as like a full manicure before this. So first of all, there is such a thing as too big of a flake, and I've finally learned that. Some of the flakes in here are quite large, and I had to manipulate them quite a bit to get them to stay flat. Some of them didn't stay flat, and they ended up kind of jutting out even when I put top coat on it. But I ended up just realizing next time, just don't use those big flakies. Pull them off the nail and just kind of keep painting away. The other thing I realized is maybe this is purple. I don't know. It's like, now that I'm looking at it, maybe it's purple. The flakes are blue though, so it still counts, all right? And the last thing is, like I said, I've only worn this in one hand swatch. And when you see my full hand swatches, I'm sorry to ruin the magic here, but I only paint 4 of my fingers. I only paint these 4 fingers, and then the thumb is just like bare and like off camera. So if you didn't know that people do that, like, I'm sorry to like disillusion you, but yeah, I only painted this on 4 fingers once, and then 10 fingers the second time, and look at how much is already gone. Like, I don't know if I got like just a like less filled bottle, or if this is truly how much it takes to paint my nails now. That just seems crazy to me, because I don't know, I don't feel like I used that much. I'm not like mad about it, because how the heck am I going to go through another bottle ever again? But I was just kind of surprised to see that fill line. I was like, how? Like, my nails aren't that long, are they? Maybe they are. I don't know. And then on the 25th, I ended up putting on Lacquer Don't Care from Different Dimension. This is yet again a Polish and Beauty Expo VIB exclusive polish. This is a reflective, but it's like you can see it's like that like lighter blue, but it has like a purple shimmer running through it. And I don't know, I felt like wearing a reflective. And I wore a peel off base coat under it, because I knew I was gonna come home like a couple days later and I need to swatch for videos that I'm trying to put out. But literally, under 24 hours, all the nails started popping off. I was trying to put honey. I was making like a balsamic chicken thing, and the recipe was like, you need honey. And I was like, well, okay. And so I'm putting honey in it. And my nail stuck to the outside of the jar because there was honey on it, because I was making a mess. And when I pulled my nail away, it pulled the nail off my finger. I was like, ew, gross. So yeah. I don't know, it's like either I can't get the peel off base coats to stay on, or they stick too well. Like, I cannot find the perfect peely base for myself right now. But yeah, this was really pretty, and that was on the 25th, and that was the last polish I wore for September, because ever since then, I just have been swatching nonstop, because I'm trying to get the swatches for my videos. However, that was not all the polishes I had pulled for the month of September. I feel like I'm doing this backwards. Usually people show their racks first, don't they? Like their nail polish racks. Those ones. Anyways, I started my process by making a rack, and these are all the ones that just didn't get worn. I mean, the whole point was just to have like a smaller concentrated collection to pick from. I didn't expect to go through all the polishes, but I figured I'd give some honorable mentions. So of all the polishes that I didn't end up wearing, I have a cream called Sea of Stars by the brand Mercy. I have Live Love Polishes Rue Morgue, and this is a matte, kind of flakier metallic. I have Zoya's Eves or Ives, I'm not sure how you'd say it, and this is a matte kind of sapphire blue. Then I had a couple more teal blues. I have Alchemy Lacquer's Spectacular. It's a teal with black flakies and iridescent flakies running through it. And then Zombie Claw, which looks very similar, I'd say. And this is Fireflies at Midnight. This is a teal with a kind of greeny shimmer and black flakes running through it. And then there were two that I didn't wear solely because I was like, is this pushing it? Because they kind of leaned a little bit more blue purple rather than just blue. And that was Great Lakes Lacquer's Leaves in the Lake, the shimmer version. And it's a super shimmery bluish purple. And Bluebird Lacquer's Breakfast at Tiffany's Dome. And this one, I was just like, is it purple? Is it blue? I don't know. So I was really hesitant to wear it for this project. So yeah, this is the first time I ever did a rack, and I followed through with it. I also only wore blues in the month of September, and I had a lot of fun with it. I really enjoyed it. And I don't know. I don't think this is something that I would do every single month, but I think that months where there's like maybe a significant holiday, or I'm just like, let me focus one finish or one color or something, maybe I'll do this more in the future. I already kind of want to do this for October. I'm filming this in September, but you're seeing it in October. So I'm thinking about going through and just pulling a ton of Halloween polishes and making a Halloween rack and only wearing Halloween polishes in the month of October. If you guys would like to see that video as well, let me know down below. But like I said, if you are not interested in this type of content, I mean, I'm sure the numbers will tell me, but like ultimately let me know in the comments as well, because I don't mind if you guys don't like a certain type of video. I just won't make them. It's better that I know that you don't like them and I don't spend a lot of time doing something that everybody hates rather than you guys being like, oh no, it's fine, and then you all hate the video. So let me know. I appreciate your honesty, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.